Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to this late afternoon taste challenge. Well, I have this blackout curtain because it's so hot. I'm trying to keep heat out of the house because more heat means I have to pay more money to the electric company. Okay. I have two 40% alcohol joven Espadín mezcals. Now this one is called Espada Pequeña, little swords. And it's an Espadín. It's 40% alcohol. I do not know when it was introduced. All I can tell you, it is produced by an independent company in Mexico for sale at Trader Joe's stores, okay? And the people that handle this mezcal for Trader Joe's, they do a lot of mezcal, or at least have it made for them. So it's pretty inexpensive, and I don't remember the price, which is why I kept the receipt from 3 years ago, because I knew I'd forget. Let's see, it was now I'm sure it went up a little bit, but some of the other stuff I checked only went up like $1. 3 years. Let's see. Yeah, $21.99. Maybe now it's $22.99, 23. So it's got a wooden cap and a neoprene stopper. Do you lose a lot on the low price from Trader Joe's? Answer, no. Hello, Maxwell in the Russian Federation. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Now here is Del Maguey Vida. Good to see you commenting. This is Del Maguey Vida, single village mezcal de Puebla, from a village in the state of Puebla. Cheers back to you. And paid about $32.99 for this one. Total Wine has it going for $36.99 right now, but I know I didn't pay $36. I guarantee you that. No, I didn't pay $36. I think it was $32.99. Try to shop around and find good deals, but it's becoming more difficult with these mezcals. But I only get usually one new bottle a year, maybe two. But at this rate, it's kind of about one a year right now. These neoprene stoppers are so tight. Help seal it though. But you can hear that pop when it comes out. That boom. So yeah, I'm talking about this. I don't think you're going to lose much on it. You can check me, and the way you check me is doing a blind taste test and see. Don't do it, looking at the products. Do it blind, and then see if you can really tell them apart. Obviously, you would want to do two that are joven, young, meaning young. You would want to do Espadines, hopefully, that may not matter, but at least close to the same ABV and that type of thing. Yeah, tight plug. All right, so let's look at the websites. Here's Trader Joe's website. And yes, in Louisiana, Trader Joe's sells beer, wine, and liquor. I know most states, they don't. And in fact, in Mississippi, most of the stores sell beer. But there's a cocktail they're making with the mezcal. Actually, they're still showing it for $99, so the price has not gone up in 3 years. That's a great deal. Some deal, actually. Then there's a whole write-up about how their distiller partner products. Obviously, it's not artisanal, it's mass-produced. I mean, Trader Joe's. Well, let me think about that. How many Trader Joe's sell liquor, though? I don't know how many states allow it. Yeah, maybe it's not as mass-produced as I would. Find the little swords, buy it. Don't even hesitate. Now, here's the Del Maguey Vida Puebla. produced in the village called Axocopan. This was introduced in 2010 because the company Del Maguey said they could not keep up with their production demands. Farmed out mezcals to little independent mezcalerias out in the countryside, and they made a series. And they said these are designed to be introductory mezcals for real strong flavors or anything. And this is some cocktail ideas they have. Just Trader Joe's was showing. So, yeah, I don't do cocktails, but maybe I'm missing out. I'm starting to think. I'm starting to think I am. I'm kind of rigid and maybe unproductively rigid. But I feel like I got so much to do with just the challenges that I would never gain any traction. You know, I do the mix-up videos, which is like a simplistic cocktail. You know, so I guess that is cocktails. You know, like I said, in a very simplistic manner. Not what most people would think of as a cocktail, but mix an apple cider with vodka or Welch's 100% juice cocktail with vodka, but it is still a mix-up, like I said, in a sense of it. Just trying to see. Yeah, there are some sugar cream liqueurs. That goes back to that vodka thing. All right, anyway. I may have to do 2 today because this week's schedule is turning out to not be so great, unfortunately. I do have to cut the grass, mow the lawn because the yard is summertime, you know, grows. I mean, really, at this time of the year, I can mow the lawn, and in 24 hours, it doesn't look good. It looks bad, and I could mow it again and get about 2 bags full of grass. That's how fast it grows. So then you just got to tolerate it. I just stick to my schedule, my mowing schedule, and then I clean it all up, and it looks nice for a day. Yeah, this smells pretty. Do I smell any smoke? That's debatable. That's debatable. But I would say not really. Not taking breaths. I got to breathe. Yeah, there's a little more smoky, roasty agave on this one. But which is which? This I do not know. Do I like mezcal? Yeah. Do I ever get tired of drinking it? Or I should say tasting it, because I don't really drink it. No, I don't get tired of it. I can't say that I do. Taste time. This one's very sharp vegetable, meaning sharp agave, because the vegetable they're using. Very sharp agave. Ooh. Smoke. There's like an underlying roastiness, almost like the agave was put in a smoker, which it was really. So yeah, it's kind of different. Dead Internet says, Jay, you are one of my favorite people on YouTube. It's rare to see commitment and dedication these days. Very informative channel. Oh, thank you. I don't know who you are, but thank you. And anybody who wants to join our Facebook group, Alcohol Eggs, feel free to join. I got to control it. Some people are kind of goofy. They want to post like 50 things a day. It's like, no, you can post one thing a day. That would be, because there's other people. There are other people that have interests and they want to post stuff. And they might look at your posts and then you could actually look at theirs, but some people are kind of self-centered. Like they want you to look at all of theirs. They ain't looking at none of yours, the type. So I gotta have to control it. I kind of have to control it, but it works well. Most people on that group are pretty laid back. They just like talking about the products. So it's nice. I'm in a bigger group, much bigger group, but they tend to argue a lot. Like they get into all kind of drama, which I don't care about. And they'll be like, I'm quitting, all of this. And I was like, these people drink too much. Okay. Anyway, or they just got a bad attitude or something. Taste. Yeah. It's not as sharp. So there's not that sharp vegetative flavor over here, but there is the roasty smokiness. So I would say with smokiness, they're on par. They're like kind of even smoke. Body, medium, finish dry, typical 80 proof liquor, medium body, mostly dry. So that's not really a factor, a differentiation factor. It's not a differentiation factor. Burley Sullivan says, you. Hey, Burley, cheers back to you. As far as like vastly different flavors, let's give it a second sip. Yeah, this one does seem a little sour. Now, I'm not saying it went sour or became sour. It just seems sour. It's probably like that all the time, No, mine, but it just does seem to have a predominance of sourness, something on there. Do I like it? I do like it. On the other hand, I do believe that this is the Vita. I just think it has a little richer, more developed, more complex flavor. No knock against this other one, but then everything's not equal, you see. So, but I'm sure most people knew that before I made that statement. The price differential, pretty big. Paid $21.99 for the what they call it again? The Espada Pequeña. $21.99 for Espada Pequeña, and I paid $32.99. So I paid $11 more. Now it's burning my throat. Is it $11 better? This one's really dry too. Which I don't mind. Doesn't have to be sweet, but I'm not sure if it's $11 better, but it's better somewhere in that range. It's a balancing act. It's up to you. Whatever you want to do, you could say, well, oh no, I like to save as much money as possible for some future purpose. Not that I oppose saving money because I do it myself, but still don't know. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna say this is the Trader Joe's version, the Espada Pequeña, the Trader Joe's brand. I haven't had a lot of their products. I know they sell this cognac over there for like same price, might be $24.99. I probably will buy it. I do find, but I keep running across these crazy cognac deals, like 20, like $11.99. Was it the greatest cognac I ever tried? No, clearly not. But it was certainly very good. And if you're gonna sell me a $40 bottle of cognac for $11.99, I'm buying it. Um, but this Trader Joe's cognac, well, I think it's actually a real brand. It's not like a private label, but probably some cheapo brand, But who knows? Might be good. What the heck? This is an actual Trader Joe's product. You can tell it's got their type of artwork on it and everything. Um, I think it's appropriate to its price point. It's really cheap relative to the other one. And I guess the flavor and it's kind of comparable. It kind of fits the price point. So this is the Trader Joe's. I got it right. So this one wasn't too challenging. It wasn't so very challenging. So the only real debate here is it worth the extra $11? It's definitely worth more. It's clearly a better product, but I'm not too sure about the 11. But I mean, you can't just, well, I guess you could be, but what's the point of just being totally fixated on price all the time and you just want to get the cheapest thing? Because you know as well as I do, you could be lying to yourself. It's not going to always be a good trade-off. You say, well, I buy everything at the grocery store, the cheapest I can get. I buy the cheapest bologna. I buy the cheapest potato chips. I buy the cheapest breakfast cereal. I buy the cheapest charcoal. Now, in some cases, probably won't matter. But in some cases, it clearly will. It'll be a difference. You say, nah, always save their Frosted Flakes, just not as good as Kellogg's. They're much cheaper, but they're bad. So it's things you got to evaluate, Obviously. It's like automobiles, you ain't talking about you're not talking about 20-some dollars, you're talking about thousands of dollars. So then it's really something you have to think about. Personally, this is me speaking for myself. I like the more simplistic automobiles. I like more basic. This is me. Not because I can't afford the more expensive ones. It's because I don't want all those gadgets. I don't want all those things. I don't want all those apps. I don't care about them. I have a very simplistic life. I just want to drive from here to there, and I don't care about all that stuff. It's nice, yes, if you use it, but to me, those things always break. Like they always stop working. Like my car, the tire pressure monitoring system is now in a malfunction state. Good grief. Hold on a second. All right. Well, I said what I had to say more or less. So go call this person back. So the winner, the clear and present winner, is Vita. But like I say, it's just a evaluation thing. If it's worth the extra 11, I'm gonna say probably. It probably really is worth the extra $11. So anyway, yeah. So yeah, I was just talking about my car. So they mandated that the U.S. government mandated that you have to have this tire pressure monitoring system. I mean, I could just check my tires, but now they say, oh yeah, you gotta have. All right, so but then it's in malfunction, so that shouldn't probably be too difficult to fix. Find out what's wrong with it. That's just an example of the whole point I was making before the phone call. All right, y'all take care and see y'all soon. Bye bye. The winner, Vida.